Connection 50 Plus wants to make a special note addressing our followers in St. Vincent. Some of you all may not be receiving this broadcast, but we're confident that you will very soon. Last Friday, La Soufriere began to erupt and it continues. And the distress, the dislocation, the ash falls, the lava flows are creating havoc with the economy and the people. Lives are not the same. And Jennifer, we know that people are distressed.
Definitely. Having watched and still watching the videos that coming across on Facebook, the news, on television, definitely I can, you know, it is it's an emotional situation, very, very I feel in sympathy with, you know, our followers, not just our followers, the entire population of St. Vincent and the Grenadines in what you all are going through at this stage. We have committed, and there's a lot of drive going on in terms of sending, certain things like, water is very critical, a critical need at this stage. So we at Connections 50 Plus also, together will be contributing towards that cause. Um, it is, I can't imagine again what you all are going through there. But no, we are in support. We are there. We empathize. We sympathize with what is happening in your island at this stage.
Yeah. And not only with St. Vincent, but Barbados, which is being very significantly affected by ash falls. St. Lucia is also affected. And we know our economies are very interconnected. And I've said that St. Vincent is one of the prime sources of food for Trinidad. So we are all in this together. And we at Connections wanted to just give this special note to let you know that we are with you in prayer, in solidarity. We will get through this as Caribbean people, as we always have. Stay strong, hold tight.
Right. And definitely you'll have our support.
Live from Trinidad and Tobago.
Welcome to Connections 50 Plus Wednesdays live show.
I am Terry Ann Joseph Brathwaite.
And I am Jennifer Gibbons Joseph.
Hello, good evening, everyone in the Caribbean. Welcome to Connections 50 Plus Wednesday live show. I am Jennifer Gibbons Joseph, one of the co-creators of Connections 50 Plus. And as usual, with me is the other co-creator.
Hi, everybody. I am Terry Ann Joseph Brathwaite. Really, really nice to be here again. Hi to the entire Caribbean.
Yes. And Terry Ann, let me see. Today, before we start actually, I want to say, can I say happy belated anniversary to us?
No, we celebrated per month.
The only reason I said belated is because last week we were so excited, showing off our new logo, our colors, our website. I mean, we couldn't believe we forgot to wish ourselves happy anniversary. Yeah.
2 years in business. That is significant. A significant partnership continuing to grow with so much progress that keeps going on and on and on. So
So yes, it's our anniversary celebration, the month of April. And that's a reason why too we are introducing you to all our new programs, all the activities that we had planned for the April month. So today we continued from last week to this week. So you saw our logo, you saw our new colors, you had a tour of our website. So today we want to introduce you
Reintroduce.
Reintroduce, yes, to three of our programs that we recently launched. And we felt that in terms of the journey that we had taken, and we want to take you along this journey with us, that we would start with the life transition individual coaching programs and also reintroduce you to our video marketing. And Tarian, I know, the question is always asked about life coaching. What is life coaching? So when we introduced the individual life transition coaching, we thought too that we would replay one of our video clips where we spoke about the life transition coaching and entrepreneurial coaching. And recently, I think was about maybe a month or two, we spoke about the video marketing. So we want to share these three new programs with you on our show this evening. Yeah.
Yes, I think, Jennifer, one of the things that that I believe that our listeners, they sit and we get such feedback about, the intent of what we say, and many people compliment us, and they say that after each show they're so enriched, they hear something that means something to them, and it really takes them in life. And that's related to one of the three buckets that we operate in, which is our social media platforms. And this Wednesday live show is meant to bring the community together for us to share ideas and things like that. But very often people want to know, okay, I need to take that and translate it into action, because I want to build that third stage. I want to write that script. I've got to do something different because I can't go back to the second act stage. And our methodology, the methodology we use, is that of a coach. Whether it's for life, whether it's for business, whether it's we are your partners to work with you as you build, design, and get that stage built. That's how we help you. And most of our programs are coaching programs. So I really do like this clip, which we did about 11 months ago. It wasn't an actual entire Wednesday live show. That was in the old days when we were doing like Facebook Live. But it's really focused on this issue, our methodology, how we process, how we work with you. And I think it would be really, you all will really enjoy listening to it. And then we'd come back and talk some more about those two aspects, life transition and entrepreneurship.
And don't forget, feel free to drop us a line, tell us what you think, ask any questions in the chat.
Tarian, hi.
One of the things that I'm excited about this digital version of our 50 plus, especially because of the coaching side of it. Now, I am not a trained coach, but I think it's going to be exciting. I think it's going to be exciting, especially with your skills, your coaching skills. I look forward to people, but I want to ask you a question. I was wondering, why should a person be coached?
That question is asked a lot, Tarian. Either what is a coach or why do I need a coach? I would say, okay, so we're dealing with life coaching, life transition coaching. But coaching is coaching, meaning Just think of an athlete.
Yeah.
And you would know without a coach, that athlete not going to progress. Okay? Because what the coach does is look at all the aspects, techniques, etc. with that athlete and help them move from the stage they are to, of course, improve to attain their goals. Basically, that's it. So when you look at the life coaching, and as a life coach, it's quite similar. So any context, let's say using you and you come to me, you see, well, you need coaching. My first question asks you, what's happening with you? Tell me, what's your story? What is really, hurting you or making you feel frustrated or stuck? So that into that initial stage is really for me as a coach to understand what it is troubling you and to identify what you may need help in. So what the coach is really doing is helping you unearth, that whatever is worrying you inside, whatever is keeping you stuck. And the technique is really about trust. Someone that you can trust and really feel comfortable to open up with, because you may not be able to do that with a family or friend. You may be a bit embarrassed, or you may not have the confidence that they will understand you to get you to where you would like to go.
And it strikes me how symbiotic our work is. Because we could go into companies and have them with strategy. We can fix the business. We can coach the business along. But it always comes down to the individual. And if the individual is not aware of their path, how to get onto a path and how to put one foot in front of the other, how to use their muscles, then the work we do in business will be for nothing. So the coaching, the fact that we need coaching not only for life, and I suppose because I'm a business consultant, I link to business, but I can definitely see where if you are setting yourself some goals and it requires you to be different, to not be what you were before, you've got to get some help to make sure that you're making the right steps or to reflect. And is that the path with life coaching?
Yes, Terry-Ann, and that's why we work so good together. Because when we combine our skills, and for instance, and use that business, that entrepreneur, that person is getting into business, number one, what we both do first is understand where that person is at. We both have to do it. So you understanding what the goals are. Tell us, where would you like to go? Where are you now? Do you have funds? Have you started the business? What skills do you have? Similarly, so you get that from them. My question, because we work together all the time on this, my question will be, okay, so what about your life? You are going into this business, you want clarity, but you have to understand, where are you in your life? Are you the breadwinner? Where your money coming from? How comfortable is your spouse or your family with you being in that type of business? You're quite correct.
This third act stage is serious business,
Oh, yes, we need to take it seriously. Many times, Terry, and I've heard you repeatedly say you could live at least for the next 30 years, 40 years.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's like a whole lifetime again in a different stage.
Yes.
Yes. So it is important. And, Terry, and
correct.
Yeah, and we have, like, when we have our small group forums and people are allowed to really open out and say, what are their issues, and they share with us, you understand that they get on that stage not prepared at all. And when they get there very early, they either all their savings gone because they were very generous, helping others, thinking that they had a lot of money. Their dreams,
others will come back and help them.
Yeah, they had their dreams, and they shared their dreams and said, you know what, I may want to start a business, or I may want to do, and they share their goals and their dreams. And they were told that you can't do it, or why are you doing it at that stage in life? And they believed it and recognized later on they're not happy because they didn't follow their dreams. They didn't get that support. And you're talking about that coaching. That is what coaching also does. That the coach gives you that support to follow your dreams.
Anybody can jump up and be a coach then?
Well, no. Well, let me say actually, because I've been a coach, is almost...
I've heard people position themselves as doing just that.
You well, have many people, because coaching has become sort of buzzword, Terry-Ann. I remember prior to me starting my coaching business, I spent, as I mentioned before, over 30 years in the field as a senior sales manager, had the experience with interacting with clients right through, had my own sales team. So we had that sort of experience. However, I decided, you know what, let me move on to be a coach. And that was about, I would say now, over 8 years now, when in Trinidad at that time, didn't have many coaches. And I spent 1 year, Terry-Ann, a year of studies, you know, both practical and in-house. I actually had to travel up for a semester. So for 4 semesters, I went up. I actually studied in Miami at the Institute of, you know, at the Coaching Institute there. And Terry-Ann, so for me, I wanted to be properly certified and internationally certified. And you have to add, and I believe having that experience, there are different type of coaches, of course.
Yes.
But I chose the area where I had other qualifications in. Yes. Because as a qualified certified financial planner and being in the financial industry for years, I thought financial coaching was an area that I would really, you know, use my experience and skill, bring that to the table. I also looked at the life transition, because at that time I was transitioning from one career into the next.
Exactly.
And I thought it was ideal for me to focus on life transition. So, and the energy came then, because again, I put a lot of importance with your emotions and energy, how we approach things. And in the 50+ era, we want to give off that, you want to be positive out there. You want to go out there, not with a negative, not, as I mentioned before, not with baggage, but really release all that. And with the energy coaching, what you're trained to do is release the negatives and embrace all the positives in order to move forward and achieve your goals. So yes, so I paid a lot of attention to the type of coaching that I do, and having the necessary qualifications, being internationally qualified. There are many coaches out there in different areas, and recently you can do, as everything else, you can do short courses.
Yes, and that's
and call yourself a coach. So experience is very, very important in the area you are coaching in. Absolutely. This is how I see it.
Absolutely. And Jennifer, I think now, especially for our 50+ cohort, the way the world is, I mean, you're 50+, you're 60+, and you're leaving whatever formal life you had, and you're going off with, as you said, this thing called experience. But the world seems to believe that the experience of the 50+ is no longer valid. And that really brings the necessity for us to build our own third act stage and go on our stage and continue enriching our lives and enriching lives around us. But that transition from the success of the second act to recreating a new story for ourselves, a new play, a new act, a new role, requires a personal transition. And really, as I listen to you with coaching, the successes we may have had in the second act, while they may help us to be successful in what we want to do, the person, our mind, who we are, we need help to go across. Because as you say, the energy around us may not always be supportive.
Yes, and Terry Ann, people have to know, our age group, 50 plus age group, has to know when to let go and move on.
And rebuild, build our own
thing. Yes, because let go, move on, really dream and say, listen, this is where I want to be. And you can still be in the workplace and plan ahead, because that's what I did, Terry Ann.
Jennifer, I am so excited. I look forward to this journey, and especially as we are now digital, because as we say to everybody, all our services are available digital, and using this platform, we can have one-on-one discussions. You can be talking to Jennifer and I very privately, or we can be talking to 100 people.
And I'm glad, Terry, and we did it so you can sit anywhere in your home, outside, you can be coached. Yes, both of us on, you might be coached just like that. We are seeing each other, we chatting with each other, all digital. So come on board.
Absolutely.
So we're looking forward for you all to connect with us. Tell us which platform you want to chat on and join our meetup on Zoom. And we say bye.
Bye. Okay, Jennifer. I mean, so insightful. And I think, too, we have, people understand a lot about a life coach, and because you see it in organizational life, you may have had someone coaching you, but
now they understand as against in earlier years, but definitely now they know what a life coach does.
Yes, but as we've discussed, a big part of preparing for the third act is, how do I create flows of income, as opposed to how I manage the money I have? And that's a different topic, which we are not talking about today. But how do I create? And that's where in the discussion, you heard us talking about entrepreneurship. And one of the things that I want to really point out to everyone is, people are intimidated by business. And in like manner with Jennifer being your coach, your guide, at your side, taking you through life transitions, in the same way, I act as your coach. Whether you're coming from the place of, I need to do something, and you have no idea, it is using the methodology of coaching, of helping you to explore, understand who you are, what you like to do or what you don't want to do. Many of us start from what I don't want to do, to help you bounce off ideas and help you shape what possibilities exist. And in the same way, you may have had something going, you may have a hobby, you may have something, we said that in the clip, you may have something you like to do, or you may have had a dormant issue, a family business that needs some new life. And again, because it is new, you're accustomed in your second act being one thing. Now you have to transition. You don't want an instructor. You don't need an instructor. You don't need a boss. You don't need a nag. You don't need somebody just checking you. You need someone to be at your side, listening to you, giving you advice in the realm of business, and someone who has had the experience. And it is that kind of coaching that I do with guiding you on your road to entrepreneurship, if that is what you want. So the two sides of our building that third act stage and writing that script, Jennifer and I act as your coaches. Yes, Jennifer?
Definitely. And, we complement each other very, very well, Yes, Terry Ann. And what is great too, and we should let our audience know also, that in addition to the coaching, we have added assessments.
I would not say in addition to, I would say we've anchored it with.
Right. Yes. Yes.
Because one of the things that I said just now is very often as you enter this new era, especially on the business side too, and on life, you yourself are not sure of what you are separate and apart from what you've been. And Jen, those assessments really help to clarify where your mind is, what you want to achieve, what you want to do. Yeah. And it's the first step.
Definitely. And as coaches, it really helps us with that guide. Because when we start our sessions, you feel like you actually know that person that you're dealing with. You understand where their strengths are, where their areas that they need to be coached on. And it makes the sessions so much, it flows so much better, you know, getting that insight on the person.
Yeah. And I think more critically also, and you know, if people go onto our new website, you got the tour last week, so you know how to get there.
Yes.
And you go onto our testimonial page. More than the assessments helping us to really understand you better. Very often, our clients have sort of looked at it and said, oh my God, that is me. Because it reveals to you who you are, because sometimes they see a result. And in the coaching process, in the conversation, they realize, yes, you may have been unhappy in this situation because it's counter to what you want to do. Or you may have been always drawn to things like this because that's your nature. And very often we really don't know. And that not really understanding ourselves is the start of the confusion and probably some bad choices.
So there you have it. Definitely you have the life assessment, like transition assessment, the entrepreneurship assessment that goes along with our individual programs.
Yes. And let's say, Jennifer, just to give people a little sense of what it does. And the assessments, you may have done them before. You answer a series of questions, and then Dr. Nika Joseph, who is our organizational and industrial consultant, who really has designed them. And we have to say this, not Jennifer and I sit down and came up with an assessment.
Yes, we have an expert.
We have an expert who actually has designed these for us specifically. So we're not just pulling down Myers-Briggs or one of the others and saying, all right, this is your type or this is your type. These are specifically designed to help people in the 5.8G age group to understand themselves, whether it is for transitioning in life or for business. And the criteria or the buckets used to help you understand yourself really, really are revealing. You know, so those assessments, because they're so customized to you, they're the thing that really makes us better coaches. And it helps you to see far more clearly where you are and what you want to do. You know, and we really got to thank Dr. Joseph for being part of our team. You know? Yeah. So, Jennifer, you all have understood there are two important areas of life that you need to organize as you get prepared for the third act. You've got to know where your life is, where you want to be, and how are you going to manage your money going forward. And I want to reemphasize a fact here again, Jennifer, that people should not see entrepreneurship, and we spoke about it, but I want to reemphasize it, as going back into corporate life and stuff like that.
Working 8 to 4. And stressing out yourself.
This is a system, a method to help you be organized. That's what it is. So many people would have a good sense of what they want to do. We would organize and set up that business. And we come back to that old bounce in your head. How are people going to get to know about this? And now we're in the digital age. Everybody is digital. You know, Jen, what kind of horrors do we see with people having a good business, understanding this is where I have to go, but they just don't know where to step off?
You know, it is really, could be a bit scary unless you're unsure. Most of the time, and these times, as we say, we're in this new normal, during this pandemic, made it a little more challenging for people out there, some who have been kind of put on the breadline just like that because of situations. But guidance is important. It is so important to understand your skills, what you could really do. Some people just don't know. So I would say, normally, I mean, initial stages when a client come to us, they come to us because they're not sure. They come to us because they need guidance. They want to better understand what it can do, what the market has out there to offer, etc. So I would say the first step is you come to us, you do that assessment, you better understand yourself, your skills on the lifestyle on the life side, to know who you are. So when you combine, because I would say, Tarian, entrepreneurship and life transition is the same. You're moving into a whole new phase of life.
Yeah.
You know, and we said that in the video, moving into a new phase of life, you start from the beginning, where you are now.
Yeah.
You know, and what are your dreams, what are your goals, etc. And we hold your hand. I have to say, we take you along with us. You take you along the road that you want to.
And that therefore brings us to our third product, which is you're there, you have the business, and that business could be a charity, a for-profit, it could be something you're starting with your children, continuing into the generations, it could be whatever it is. It could be a hobby that you just want to do in an organized way. It could be a community group you want to get together, but you need to let people know about it. Now, I want to say this to people. When we're in entrepreneurship, when we are building that business and getting the concept out, what we are doing is making sure you're very clear about what you're making or selling or producing, the benefits that it can come out of it. And very often I'll have this one pen, but this one pen can be applied to 10 different uses, but I just can't bombard people with the 10. The other challenge is to figure out, okay, which opportunity is best for me and who is the best target? Who is the best customer? Who is most likely to need it the most? And once you get that, a lot of people think, oh, I have it made. This person, that we're going to sell them. But listen, you've got one more huge hurdle to go. You have to communicate to that person in a way that that person recognizes that you have their solution. And so many people fall down flat.
And that's about to say that, Tarian. That is where many entrepreneurs or consultants or people who started in business get stuck. Because it's one thing, you can have a very great product in front of you, getting it out to people, as you said, communicating to them, selling or marketing, because selling and marketing, it goes hand in hand. How do we get your clients, your prospective clients, to actually say, yes, I would purchase your product. I would use your services. that is a challenge. And Terry-Ann, in this digital world, if it was a challenge, if you think it was a big challenge before, now it is even a bigger challenge because things are digital. And I have found many of entrepreneurs, many of business people within the 50 plus age group who haven't been, I say digitally savvy all along, now first have to understand how to really, send their messages, communicate through the digital platform. Now they have to learn, how do you market and sell your products on the digital platform? Yeah. That just added a bigger problem.
And it's a double whammy, yeah? And
yeah.
I'll tell you what is the double whammy. The double whammy is, look at this perfect pen. How can they not see that it is a perfect pen? I just need to put my pen. Hello, here is my pen. Buy my pen. And when you look at advertising, how we promote, here's my cake, here's my pie, here's my bed and breakfast, here's a dress that I made. It's all very focused on what you do and what you do also very well. And what we have, as we keep saying, Jen and I are very, very fortunate to have a group of resources around us, people who are at the top of the game, whether it is Conec-TIONS with videography, whether it is Richard Young with styling and design, whether it is Richard Young and Miriam Mitchell with makeup, Jen and I with helping you to conceptualize and so on. And what we realized is that after the life transition and the entrepreneurship training, we still can't just let you go because you're not ready to, you have it in your head, but there's another step of helping you to communicate. So we came up with a video marketing package, because not only do you have to find a way to communicate, but you have to do it digitally. And
and you have to find the different persons, the different expertise, people with the different expertise in the different areas.
Well, I'll say this.
Our package, we package all in one.
Well, I will tell you.
One-stop shop.
And I will say, it is not about taking up your phone, and because your iPhone or your Samsung is X, Y, and Z, you just shoot. That you are communicating and selling. And that is a different issue. And we have decided, let's bring all these resources together and help you to create a perfect communication piece that brings the message of what you're making, the benefit that the customer will get. So your script is correct. And we have professional videographer to capture it in the best way, so that whether it is shown on Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, television, it's communicated in the best way. And most critically, yes, we have clothes. Yes, we know how to fix ourselves. But you see, when you're presenting yourself to the world, you need a little advice.
Yeah, we need to put you in the hands of the expert.
A little styling advice.
Oh, so, we are not the experts on that.
We are not. We and we have found that this message is so important that it's not enough to just design the business. It's not enough to just say, look, this person has a good video, whatever it is. You've got to get the script right. You've got to get the message right. And you have to be presented right, whether you are male or female. So take a look at this ad now, but this video, which highlights our video marketing package. And we'll be right back.
Welcome to our 5.8G community.
Connections 50 Plus has great news for anyone needing to boost a business, promote a project or a cause that's dear to you, but find it challenging to get your promotional video just right.
We know that drill and are fortunate to have a competent and talented support team to ensure that our digital image is always on point.
So, our good news is that we are giving you access to this team with a special package which we call Being Digitally Ready.
In this package, you will receive advice and guidance on positioning and pitching your business to ensure that its best features are impactfully communicated to your audience.
You will get professional videography and a mini photo shoot at a location of your choice.
All done by Zag Creations. Advice on getting the best set designed and script. We also have the option to have professional makeup by Maureen Mitchell,
A wardrobe consultation done by Richard Young
to ensure that you present your best face to the world.
After all this, we will deliver your 2-minute long promotional video ready to be launched on any digital platform in support of your business, project or cause.
Video marketing is vitally needed in today's digital and mobile world, but not everyone offers the complete technical and advisory package.
Everything in our Being Digitally Ready package will come at the unbeatable fixed price of $4,760 TT dollars. If you're interested, please call me, Terry Ann, at 868-682-9202
or Jennifer at 868-685-8834.
We look forward to hearing from you.
Call soon.
Well, Terry Ann, we had a lot of experience using that team for our videos.
You also all our different looks.
Listen to me. Actually, the feedback was so good last week. And a friend told me, I love your look. You know, you're looking like stars, you know, modeling all these clothes, etc. It's really beautiful to have a professional team working with you. You feel much more comfortable. They take you out of your comfort zone, really, and push you to, as you said, to communicate and send the right message. You know, so that it was an experience, but it was a very, you know, I enjoyed it. So I know our clients, those who come into us, those who are going to take up our offer with the video marketing, would definitely enjoy the whole process and will be very satisfied with the end result. Yeah. And Terry, and you must mention what it was mentioned in the ad too about the you know, the photos that they will also receive.
Yeah, yes, they will get, because I want to make a special point here, and people could, I know social media and Jen and I always have this discussion. I think personally people get carried away by the pictures and the images and they forget the message. And what we want to really point out with the video marketing is that it's not about posing and putting on makeup and dressing up with clothes and so on. Just as much effort as you put into creating your product and putting your service out, and with the professionalism with which you are giving people a guarantee. So what you project, it's not you just, hey, we looking good and we looking. You are representing yourself to be equivalent and representative of your product or service.
Yeah.
That's why those T's have to be crossed, those I's have to be dotted, your story has to be on point, because people are going to take a minute or two to take in everything by their ears and their eyes and make a judgment. Do I want to trust you? And that is what Conec-TIONS 50 Plus is especially doing for our 50 to 80 generations, to make sure that that stage is steady, it is secure, and we have a ball when we're on it. So Jennifer.
Definitely, yes.
So that's it for today. You've gotten another huge part of Conec-TIONS 50 Plus and all that we are. You know, helping you from the start, life transition, thinking about how you develop your income flows in entrepreneurship, being your coaches, and then further coaching you to make sure that the world gets your message.
I just want to mention also, Terry-Ann, that we spoke about two of the programs out of the life transition coaching programs. And on the other show, we have the other
We'll
two
do the others.
to talk about, which would be the financial coaching and the health and wellness coaching. Yeah.
So until next week, when we continue to explore connections and all that connections is about, we'll see you. And go to the websites,
yes,
take a look at the programs and register.
And also check on our community page.
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
Yes.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
50 Plus Tribe and followers from TNT and the Caribbean.
Thank you for joining us on this Connections 50 Plus Wednesday Alive show.
We hope you enjoyed the lively conversation and look forward to seeing you next week.
Don't forget to like and share our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
We really love getting your feedback.
Bye for now.